What's up you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a review of my best and worst luxury purchases in 2022. For everyone who is new, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Fabienne and I'm doing videos about fashion and especially handbags as well as travel vlogs. So if you're interested in any of these topics, make sure to join my little community. Alright, shall we start with my best or with my worst finds? I would say we start with the bad ones and then we move to the good finds. So from worst to best in 2022. There are absolutely no doubts on what was my worst purchase of 2022. It is the Anine Bing Celine tote, a piece that was on my 2022 wish list but unfortunately turned out to be a big fail in the minute I unboxed it. Let me explain you my reasons. The quality of this bag is just not good. It does not hold its shape at all and the crinkle that it already came with never went out. I tried to reform it by stuffing it, leaving the cardboard it was delivered with in to regain the shape, but all of this did not help and the bag just keeps forming back into this crooked form. This bag is also not practical to wear at all, as these short straps here always keep falling down like this. And also with the longer strap, it is not very nice and comfortable to wear, as the bag just has no structure and just keeps hanging weirdly on the body. It gets better the more stuff is in, as the weight pulls it down a bit, but if you have only few things in there, it is so lightweight that it just keeps twirling around, which is very annoying. See how hard it is to get the straps back up? It's so annoying, and every time you put it on the floor, they keep sliding through and you end up struggling to put these back. It's really just not a great design. I think I don't need to say more, do I? I think I've worn this bag not more than twice throughout the year. At least I got it on sale, so it doesn't hurt that much, but still this is definitely the most unnecessary purchase of 2022. I've seen that Anine Bing has currently ongoing a huge sale again, so if you're tempted to buy something there, be aware that if you buy things in the final sale, you will not be able to return the pieces, which is why I also still have this bag here in my closet, because I bought it in the final sale for 25% off and I could not return it anymore, which is a pity, especially if you're shopping some ready to wear and you're not sure about the sizes. Be careful with that. Obviously, Anine Bing items do not hold the value at all. You see this immediately if brands are doing such huge discounts, so I will also not be able to get a good price when reselling this bag, which is a fail. It was a bad investment. I mean, as said, I got it on sale and I did not pay too much for it, but still it was completely unnecessary. And yeah, hopefully you learn something out of my mistakes. Alright, enough rage about this one. Let's move on to the next bad purchase. In early 2022, I think it was February or March, I got a Dior ring, and as much as I love this ring when it comes to design, I also have to say that this one was a bad purchase. Why? Because of the quality. I cannot show you this ring now because I currently do not have it at home, but I will insert some footage showing you the quality issues. I did wear it for a fair amount of times, but more occasionally and definitely not on a daily basis. Still, this ring started to show quite noticeable marks very quickly. So when I was in Vienna in fall, I brought it back to the Dior boutique to see what can be done, and they sent it to Paris to get it checked, and then it took a few months until I got a reply. It was only in December when I got a call where they informed me that the ring cannot be repaired and they offered me to either replace it with a new one or to give me a refund. Call me silly, but I still do love the design, so I decided to give this ring a second chance and get it replaced by a new one, which I did not receive until now. I have to say that the return process takes a lot of time and you have to be very patient, which I don't really understand because it's not the most expensive piece, especially if you have a look at the collection of Dior. It's one of the lowest priced products. And I do not understand what is the hassle about this, but yeah, it's just something you should know if you are thinking about buying Dior custom jewelry, or I would dare to say general custom jewelry from any luxury brands. I mean, I could have known better, as we probably all know that custom jewelry quality is just not it, but still I was very surprised how fast this piece started losing its golden finish and started showing ugly stains on the metal. Especially considering that I always took care of it and properly stored it in the dust bag, and I never put on any hand creams, perfumes or any other cosmetics when using it. I think this is actually the first time I made a bad experience with fashion jewelry from luxe brands. For example, all my Celine knot pieces are also custom jewelry. I have this bracelet here in gold and silver since 2017 and wore them a lot, and I still am wearing them frequently, and they show absolutely no signs of wear, even though these are also only 24 karat gold plated brass. Well, if I think about it, I actually did make one bad experience with a Celine bracelet, which we could consider as the next bad purchase. Let me go get it. I am talking about the Celine double knot bracelet in silver and gold, which I got as a belated Christmas gift in January last year. Also, this one showed heavy tarnishing all over already in the moment when I opened the box for the first time. I was shocked seeing the condition of this bracelet. To be honest, I'm not sure if it looked like this when Celine sent it out. I have the feeling that it was stored in a cold truck over the Christmas days for too long and maybe got damaged during this time as it might have been too humid. This story turned out well though in the end, as I got it exchanged, and the new one here does look better, but I do have to say that I still notice a quality difference in the old Celine jewelry from Phoebe Philor's era and the new ones under Hedi Slimane. I did get a few other costume jewelry pieces throughout 2022, for example the Fendi F crystal necklace or the Jacquemus signature bracelet. So far they look good, but let's not jinx it and see how the quality will hold up over time. And we already come to the last bad purchase of the year. Luckily everything else that I got turned out to be good choices, but the shoes that I'm going to show you now unfortunately made it on the bad buys list. Again, not because of the style, but because of the quality. It is the Jimmy Choo Hawaii Pearl sneakers. I've not worn them that often because I already had the feeling that they are a bit sensitive, but at some point I stopped babying them and took them with me to Paris and walked around them through the city the entire day, with the result of having lost several pearls on the toe cap only after wearing them for 2 or 3 days in Paris. I mean, this is not really surprising me as the pearls are only glued onto the shoe, but honestly, I think this is still not acceptable considering the price. I also got them on sale, but still I would expect a better quality from Jimmy Choo shoes. Anyways, we'll see what I do now. Maybe I will get in touch with the Jimmy Choo customer service and ask them if this can be fixed, but honestly, thinking about how cumbersome the process was with my Dior ring, which is still not finished, I hate the idea of doing so maybe I'll just try to fix them myself. I've already browsed on Amazon a bit and found some pearl packs that could be a good fit, so maybe I'll just order them and glue them onto the shoe myself. This way I would at least have some spare pearls readily available at home, because I think that this problem will definitely persist and it's probably not worth the effort to bring them back to Jimmy Choo only to lose more pearls when wearing them the next time after they fix it. Besides that, I have to say that I still do really like the style, and after breaking them in for one day they are also quite comfortable. Not as comfortable as my white Chanel sneakers though, but still wearable for an entire day, so I want to continue wearing them, so I will try to find a solution on how to fix them. Enough of the bad, let's continue with the highlight purchases of 2022. The first piece is my vintage Dior duffel bag from the John Galliano Fall Winter 2001 collection. I use this as my gym bag, so I wear it every day and I love it so much. I don't need to worry about this bag as it is pre-loved and shows some signs of wear here and there already, and it's generally very durable. No problem when getting into the rain with this bag. You can just wipe it off as the canvas is coated and everything is fine. I've never been a huge vintage buyer, but I started getting into it a little bit in 2022, and I will definitely continue looking out for some special vintage pieces in 2023. When I got this bag, I did a lot of research trying to find out from which collection it is, making sure it is authentic, and just generally browsing a little bit in Dior's history. If you're interested in more details about this bag, I will link a video where I talked about how I got it. This process brought me so much joy. There's just something special about treasure hunting and finding such unique pieces as this one that are not that easily to get anywhere today. Next up, we have something from Hermès. 2022 was the year where I started getting into the brand. In March, I posted my very first Hermès unboxing, which included home goods. So I started my little Hermès collection with the Avalon blanket with some coffee cup sets and the mosaic tray. A little later, I also got the Hermès Apple Watch band, and then in June, I visited the Hermès FSH boutique in Paris for the first time, where I got my first accessories, which were 2 belts. I got 2 belts at the same time as I just could not decide, and when being so lucky to find exactly what you want, you should not let go of that chance, because otherwise you risk that the item gets out of stock and you will end up regretting not getting it, and you'll be waiting to find it again forever as Hermès got so popular throughout the past years. So I got this reversible belt in noir gold with the golden gamma buckle and this Kelly belt here in gold on gold. The quality of these is amazing so far. The buckles held up very well, no tarnishing or anything, but let's see how these will develop over time. As I love to style so much, I got another reversible belt gifted for Christmas, this one here in blanc et taupe with the silver H cursive buckle. So now I can mix and match. I actually have 8 combination options, so there's always a belt to match any outfit. Considering the latest price increase, I'm also really glad that I got these belts before that, as I've seen that they are now 200 euros more expensive than when I got them. We have another bag in the 2022 best purchases list, which surprises myself as I did not expect that I will love this bag that much. It is the Chanel Deauville in the medium size that I got at the Rue Cambon store in Paris, also in June, in this beautiful dark beige taupe color. I did not own any bigger shopping bag before I got this one here, and have to say that it's just a great bag. It ticks off all the boxes. It is roomy but not too big. It has some compartments inside so that you can organize your stuff a bit. It has shoulder straps that are comfortable to wear, and it just looks great. I used this as a travel bag on all my trips since I got it, and at first I was a little bit worried because I thought that it might get stained pretty quickly as it's a canvas material, but it shows no marks at all so far, although I placed it on the airplane floor and on my suitcase, so it's not that sensitive as I expected at the beginning. Back then I had some thoughts on regretting not getting the cream version of this bag, but now I do think that I made 100% the right decision with this color. I'm pretty sure that on this almost white material you would see even the smallest amount of dirt very quickly, whereas this color here definitely excuses a lot. This bag is also available in leather, so if you're considering getting it as a travel bag or as an everyday bag, this would probably be an even more safe choice, especially if you get it in a darker color, because you can then just easily wipe it off and you will not see any stains that quickly. Next up, we have a jewelry piece. Can you even believe that we have jewelry in the best purchases section after those bad experiences with the Dior ring and the Celine bracelet? Well, we are talking about fine jewelry now. This is the Coco Crush ring in 18 karat yellow gold, the thin version, and this is my very first fine jewelry piece. I also got this in spring, I think it was May. What I love about this ring is that I feel like that is surprisingly not that popular yet, meaning that not everybody has it, as for example the Cartier Love ring. I mean, of course not everybody has this Cartier ring. We are talking about super expensive fine jewelry pieces, but I hope you do understand what I mean. There is this certain basic luxury jewelry set, including the set Cartier Love or Juste un Clou series, or also the Van Cleef Alhambra collection, and I have the feeling that this ring is not part of it yet, and I do hope that it never will be. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing bad about getting those pieces, and I do still like the Cartier Love series, for example, but we have to be honest, those pieces have become a little bit mainstream among a certain scene, and I think they're just not that special anymore. Back to my Coco Crush ring, I do enjoy wearing this a lot, and it is definitely my favorite piece of my little jewelry collection. Next up, we have a pair of shoes. It's a pair of boots to be precise. It is this pair of Chanel high boots that I recently got. If I remember correctly, they are from the Fall Winter 22-23 pre-collection, so they were already available in late summer. But I only got them in November, so I was really lucky to still find them that late. I got to properly road test them in Paris, where I wore them all day long, and there's nothing that I could criticize about these boots. They are comfortable to walk in, the leather is smooth, they fit like a glove, and the design is so classic and timeless. It's the most perfect boot, so easy to style, no hardware in gold or silver, so it really fits every outfit. I'm super happy being owner of this pair. Just one thing to mention, before I wore them out, I of course went to the cobbler to get a thin rubber sole attached to protect the beautiful leather sole a bit, and also to make them less slippery. The cobbler did a perfect job. You almost do not notice that there has been another layer added to the shoe. And we already get to the last and best purchase of 2022. Can you guess what it is? One small hint, it is also something that I got on my trip to Paris in December, so it is a very recent purchase. It is the Celine Chasseur jacket in this beautiful caramel wool mohair mix that I'm wearing now. It is my very first Celine ready-to-wear piece, and I just fell in love with it in the second I tried it on. The material, the fit, the details, It is just the perfect piece for almost all year round. Of course, I cannot tell much about the long-term quality of this yet, but just from the first impression, it is a 10 out of 10. I do love the style of the Chasseur jacket, and I definitely see myself getting more of them in the future. Maybe in a summery creamy white tone, or a striped one, or a black classic one. We'll just see if I end up getting more, but from now I am super happy with this purchase and I think it's so beautiful. It's my favorite piece in my closet currently. For now, I want to enjoy wearing this one here to the fullest before I get another one, because this was my first Celine ready-to-wear piece, as mentioned before, and I wanted to stay something special for as long as possible. And let's be honest, these jackets are super expensive, so I do hope that this will be a forever piece. So this was the last piece that I wanted to show you today. Now, what did we learn out of my 2022 purchase history? First, don't get tempted by offers in sale and focus on what you've been truly wanting for quite a long time. The Anine Bing bag is the best example for that. It was the most impulsive purchase and it turned out to not be worth it at all, a pure waste of money. Focus on the things that have been on your wish list for several months or even years. If they are still stuck in your mind after a long time, you will probably not regretting getting them, and the excitement is even bigger when you finally make them yours. Second lesson of the day: don't waste money on costume jewelry and invest in fine jewelry instead, or more generally, quality over quantity. This is something that I live by, but still I'm seduced by some good offers or trends here and then. I'm not only talking about jewelry now, but also about fashion. For example, I reduced shopping from high-end retailers like Zara or H&M a lot, as it just fills up your closet with unnecessary low-quality pieces that you will certainly not have forever and that will probably also not spark excitement for a very long time. Again, just a waste of money, as when you add up all those small amounts, you end up with a bigger number of money spent than you would ever expect. Of course, I do still shop there sometimes, but only if I go for more trendy pieces. When it comes to closet staples, I try to invest in timeless, high-quality essentials. Less is more. I hate having a stuffed closet where I don't find anything and still have the feeling that I have nothing to wear, so I try to build a great capsule wardrobe where I love every single piece. Plus, if you invest into the right brands, these pieces are also likely to hold their value if you still find out that you might have not made the right decision or something does not work out for you as you've expected and you want to get rid of it again. This is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would love to know what your best and worst purchases are, so if you want, share them in the comments so that we can all learn from each other's experience a bit. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you liked this video and consider subscribing to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming ones. I am planning to film my 2023 wish list as well as my updated bag collection video, so if you're interested in these topics, make sure to subscribe and I hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!